Okay, guys, so are you ready for like one of the biggest videos I've done? This is going to be a backbreaker for me, and I'm really excited. I've always wanted to do a Christmas dinner, prime rib being the featured item. And so what I did was I went to a company called Certified Steak and Food. They're not a sponsor. I don't know anybody over there. I paid $178 out of my own pocket for this meal. Okay, it's a 4-bone prime rib, and you're going to see everything up close. It came with crab stuffing, stuffed mushrooms, and potatoes au gratin. So you guys ready to get started? Let's get started. All right, so it was a tough decision, but I decided to do the sides first because I don't want the meat. Once the meat comes out, I want to cut it and eat it nice and warm, be perfect and beautiful and all that. I don't want the meat sitting around too long while I'm trying to make the sides, and the sides take a half hour to cook. And we're gonna make a horseradish dip for the prime rib. So let's talk about the formula first, okay? There's a formula for cooking prime rib, and that is this. Weigh your prime rib, which I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna weigh it, and then I'm going to cook it at 500 degrees, okay? Yeah, you're like, wow, really? Yeah, 500 degrees. For every pound, you cook it 5 minutes. So let's say this is 8 pounds. 8 times 5 is 40. You're going to cook it for 40 minutes. Then you're going to turn your oven off, and you're going to leave it for 2 hours. Okay? So it's 5 minutes for every pound. Then turn the oven off, and then just leave it for 2 hours. Don't open the door. I don't care how much you want to peek. Don't do it. You'll ruin the whole dish. Okay, guys, so here it is. This is the horseradish dip. If you've never had it, it's amazing. It's not straight horseradish. You got other ingredients that, especially the sour cream, which is really important. It kind of cuts the heat, but it's so good. All right, so we've got your prepared horseradish, white wine vinegar, salt and pepper, Dijon mustard, and sour cream. All right, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take about a quarter cup's worth of horseradish. All right, let's put our sour cream in. Oh, tablespoon Dijon, teaspoon of white wine vinegar. We're going to mix this all together. Okay, now that it's all mixed, we're going to pop a little black pepper in there. Some kosher salt. Give it one final mix. That's what it looks like. Going to pop this in the refrigerator for 4 hours. It smells amazing already. Okay, the sides are huge, guys. Look how much crab stuffing I got. This whole dish. I didn't even put out all the potatoes au gratin because I'm not needing it all. I didn't put out all the mushrooms because I'm not going to need it all. So I put some back in the freezer, and I can cook those again later tonight when the family comes home. But right now, we're going to put these in the oven. We're going to cook them for, most of them are 30 to 35 minutes. I think all of them are 30 to 40 minutes, somewhere around there. Okay, so I had to transfer my mushrooms into a dish like this. Let me tell you why. Number one, there was a lot of water from them being frozen. But number two, some of these were upside down and the stuffing was coming out. You can't tell which side's stuffing, which side's the mushroom when they're frozen. So about halfway through, I saw what side was it, and then I flipped them up the right way, okay? And I put them in a new dish with no water from the frozen moisture collecting, and then I put them in there. So now what I'm gonna do is, they're done. I'm just gonna wrap that in foil. Okay, I started to know the potato bottoms were browning fast, so halfway through, I just got in there and I took these off and I flipped them. So we get both sides. Now I'm gonna place these in a casserole dish, and I'm gonna do the same thing with my potatoes. I'm gonna cover them in foil. I can't believe that the stuffing is done, this big block, and it's not. You can feel it's frozen inside. All right, so I'm gonna pop this back in, and I'm gonna put a lid on it too. I'm just like improvising as I go. It didn't say to have a casserole lid on it, but I want this thing to heat up a little bit faster, so I'm gonna try and trap some of that heat in here. And then later on, we're gonna finish it off on the top. So let's get this back in there. All right, so I've got some softened butter, 2 sticks. You can tell it's soft because I tested it with my finger, and you can see it collapse. Awesome. I have 2 packages of poultry herb blend. This has sage, thyme, and rosemary in it. You can buy them individually. You can use dried. You can use fresh, whatever you want. Then I'm using my best gourmet seasoning you'll ever taste. Heavy on the garlic in this. There is garlic in this, so I'm not using garlic. If you don't have my gourmet seasoning, feel free to just use garlic powder or minced garlic. And then I got a big thing of Montreal Seasoning. I'm using some of that too. First thing we're gonna do is chop up all of our herbs. As you can see, there it is. Right there. I'm gonna use it all. Put it right in with the butter. Shake up the gourmet seasoning. Get that on there. There we go. Beautiful. And I'm not a big salt fan. There's probably salt in this Montreal seasoning, I'm not sure. And there's a little bit of salt in this, about 9%. So I just don't put salt in, but I will put some black pepper in. You guys know I love my black pepper. Just in case there ain't enough in that Montreal steak seasoning. Then we're just gonna make our paste here. Stuffing's about 10 minutes away, so I'm gonna coat this and let it sit for a few minutes, take the chill off it. Most people will forget the underside. I can't do that. So we've got to take care of this underside here. All right, so I put it heavier on top than on the bottom because it's all going to drip down to the bottom anyway. Most of this butter will make it into the pan. None of it's going to, the herbs hopefully will stay and get crustated on the outside. Who knows? I made this part up. This isn't even in the directions. All right, so we're going to put this in now, and it's 7 pounds. So remember my formula, 7 times 5. We cook at 500 degrees for 35 minutes because 7 times 5 is 35, okay? Then we're gonna turn the oven off and wait 2 hours. Let's show you what it looks like. Look at that. Is that beautiful? And there it is. Stuffed mushrooms, potato gratin, crab stuffing, perfectly cooked, sliced prime rib, and our horseradish dip. Unbelievable. This does not even look like my shell. And by the way, just in case you didn't get an up close look at that meat, I just want to show you how beautiful the crust is. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's juicing all over the place. We're going to cut into this right now. Wow, unbelievable. I'm gonna try this one out. This is just too big. This is ridiculous. All right, here we go. First, we're gonna try the meat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it cuts so easy. I could probably just cut it with my fork. Here we go. I had to look at it. We had like a little staring contest. Oh my goodness. There's no way I made this. There is no way. That meat is so good. Let me try with a little bit of this little dip here, this horseradish dip that I made. I feel like I'm in like a 5-star restaurant. Crab stuffing. It looked dry, but it's not. Yeah, you got to get the crab stuffing, guys. Get everything I ordered here. I'm sure it's all going to be good. So far, so good. Mushrooms. I can't believe all this was frozen. Last but not least, potatoes au gratin. Those are hot. Wow. There you have it, guys. A Christmas dinner even I can do. I'm telling you now. I have food on my face. I'm telling you right now. You've got to make this. If you can pull the money together and get this. If not, you can go with a 2-bone. They have other packages. I'm not selling this company anything. There may be other companies. But try this. This was so easy. It feels like I made everything from scratch. I'm so excited. You guys have a Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you on the next episode, okay? Take care. Be safe. Bye-bye.